So you clicked on this video because you're looking for the juiciest, the smokiest, the most perfect turkey breast you possibly can to serve your friends, your family, or even just yourself for lunch one day. And that's why we're here at the Original Black's Barbecue. I'm Barrett Black, the 4th generation pitmaster, standing next to my grandfather's smoker that he built in the late 1940s that we still love, even to this day. That fire never goes out. Why has turkey become so popular in especially Texas barbecue joints across the country? Turkey's gotten a bad rap for a very, very long time, and understandably, because we're talking turkey breast. It's white meat. I mean, think of chicken breast. There's not a whole lot of fat. There's not really any marbling in there. It's not a muscle that's used a lot by those animals. And so unless you're doing some very specific things and buying the right turkey, you're gonna end up with dry turkey breast. Today, we're gonna talk about how to avoid those mistakes, how to navigate towards the juiciest turkey breast and make sure we have the most flavor, and tell you some ways you can make it unique, for yourself. Here at the Original Black's Barbecue, we're buying, whole turkey breast. It's called a lobe. It's a funny word, but that's just what the turkey industry calls it. So it's, one big muscle. Usually it comes with 2 side by side that we're separating, and the bones are removed. We like boneless turkey breast because it just gives you more surface area, develop more smoke flavor, more bark. And we like these really big ones. Here in Central Texas, a lot of local grocery stores are starting to carry these a lot more because we love to cook them. This is what we have in the restaurants, and people are trying to do it at home. And so if you're going out to find yours, whether you're a grocery store or local butcher or something like that, you want to ask them for a whole turkey breast, boneless, and preferably with skin on. There's a lot of debate out on the internet. Skin, no skin. My absolute favorite part of the turkey breast is the skin. So if we do this right, you're gonna love all this flavor too, because fat is flavor and skin is pretty much mostly fat. And so I love the skin. So they don't all come like this when we get it in from our suppliers. Sometimes there's no skin, sometimes it's ripped off halfway, and talking with our suppliers, see how can we get it to this nice perfect blanket of flavor and protection on all of our turkey breasts. Major reasons why turkey has become so popular and just accessible to restaurants, especially barbecue restaurants who are smoking it in these basically ovens, and it's a very dry heat, is because the brining process. And so it's actually really hard to find a turkey nowadays that has 0 brine on it. A lot of turkey producers, they're injecting the meat with like a water and salt solution or pre-brining it before it gets to you. We buy ours that's pre-brined as well. It just saves us a step here in the restaurant, but we still add a little bit more salt when we season it. When we get the turkey breasts, there's not usually a whole lot of trimming you need to do. I like to just kind of, get a sense of what's going on here. Sometimes they're more mangled than others. There's some thin spots, things like that. But just like a brisket, we want to make sure it's nice and uniform so it cooks evenly. We've got this piece kind of hanging off, this muscle. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. And it's not going to go to waste by any means, but I'm just going to try to hug that curve right there, just to try to make this turkey look as much like kind of a river rock as you can. Now, you can tuck this under, and that's what we would do here in the restaurant, but if I'm cooking this at home in my own smoker, I'm only worried about one whole turkey breast. I'm gonna season this and just put it right next to it. And so that's kind of like my little turkey treat, my little snack. It's gonna be done, 45 minutes to an hour or so, and finish a lot sooner. It's gonna allow you to get this piece exactly how you need it, exactly how you want it. So, there's so many different flavor profiles you can go, so many different directions. Here at the Original Black's Barbecue, it's just table salt and coarse ground black pepper. And that's what we use on all of our meats. There's no binder, there's no mayonnaise or mustard or anything else like that. We're using table salt because it's super fine and it sticks real easily and it dissolves very quickly and penetrates into the meat, seasoning deep into the meat and tenderizing it, flavoring it. And who doesn't have table salt at their house? So I just got to get a nice thin coat and just kind of gently rub it around. Just make sure it's uniform in thickness all the way around. And then I'm just gonna lift it up, make sure I season the sides, kind of rub that around. And we're not going heavy on pepper. Here at Black's Barbecue, we're not real pepper heavy. We just want, hints of black pepper there. We don't want it overpowering. We don't want it to look like it has a crust, has a bark before you even, smoke it. So of course you gotta get the bottom, a little bit of salt on there too, the pepper. So we got this turkey nice and seasoned very lightly with that table salt and pepper. We're gonna really let that natural sweetness of the turkey really shine through, and that salt's really gonna help keep it juicy along with the pre-brine that it had as well. So it's kind of like we had a wet brine and now it's kind of a dry brine. So I like to let this sit usually overnight, 24 hours if I have time. But if you don't, if it's like, man, I got people coming over later today, I forgot to do it, season it the night before, that's perfectly fine. But in the perfect world, we get this, seasoned, wrapped real tight in plastic wrap, held in the refrigerator overnight to really let that salt penetrate, dissolve, and really flavor this piece of meat. We're gonna go ahead and get this ready for the smoker now, because this is a beautiful turkey that I wanna eat later today. But you see, we still got some skin and fat that I left on here intentionally. There's still some little loose pieces, and it's not quite uniform. It's thinner over here and thicker over here. And so we wanna get our hands and just tuck this stuff underneath and try to make it as uniform as possible. So all this extra flabby skin could say like, oh, just cut that off. But that is flavor, that is protection, that's an insulator, a blanket that's gonna help hold all that together. And if you can get some of that bite where you get skin on top and bottom, man, that's what I'm gonna be looking for. So we're gonna go ahead and get this on the smoker with some local post oak wood from Lockhart. We run our smokers at about 275 degrees. And our turkeys will cook, this big boy will probably cook about 4 or 5 hours. And we're gonna cook it to about a temperature of 160 degrees internal. 165 is the safe temperature that you wanna get it to, but we're gonna cook it to 160, wrap it in foil, and it's gonna carry over cook and get to that 165. So that way we preserve as much of that juiciness as we absolutely can. So we're gonna let that cook. I'll get this little piece thrown on next to it, and we'll be back with some smoked turkey, have some bites. So since we're here at the restaurant, we're hungry. I just went to our warmer and picked out another turkey, a little bit smaller, but absolutely beautiful. See, we wrapped it in foil after it hit that 160 mark and came off the smoker and held it in the warmer so it can get to that 165 just nice and gently, nice and easy with that carryover cook. And the foil, it just helps hold in all that moisture and be slightly reabsorbed and catch a lot of these natural juices and everything from the turkey. So it gets a little messy, but that's flavor for you. But look at this beautiful turkey breast. It's got nice kind of a bark. It's not a bark like a brisket, of course, because it's not on as long, but golden brown, took in just the right amount of smoke. All that fat in the skin absorbs so much flavor, and it protects the flavor of the natural turkey. I'm gonna go right here, get this piece with the, let's see, I'm gonna go right here, get some of that char on there and some of that skin. What's this? The inside of that beautiful white meat, it's got a nice pink hue. It's almost gone all the way through the meat. A lot of people, they'll get scared and nervous, like, oh my God, it's still pink, it's undercooked. And then the thicker, bigger pieces, sometimes it's white in the middle and pink on the outside, and people are complaining. And it's like, how did I keep it raw on the outside and cooked on the inside, is how I'll sometimes joke with them. It's got that pink hue, that's just the sign of the smoke. And that's what we've got going on. So this is my absolute favorite slice. It's got nice skin, it's got the meat. I'm ready to dive in, guys. You ready? It's tender. It's falling apart. It's not my go-to every day, but when I do, I'm like, I need to eat this more, especially when we get the ones with the skin. It has a natural sweetness. We added no sugar. There's no sugar in this recipe anywhere. But what surprises me always is how naturally sweet turkey can be. Delicious turkey breast. So good luck to you guys. Let us know if you got any questions about how to do it on your own. We'll see y'all next time. Enjoy some turkey. I'll slice some more of this for sandwiches.